Heavenly Father, we are gathered here today.
Hold on. I'm trying not to laugh.
I don't know what else to say. Thank you for our video going viral.
Amen.
And that we are still here. Gonna go viral again.
Amen.
Quit our jobs.
Yeah.
Stay at home podcasters.
Stay at home podcasting.
In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Call It Like It Is. I'm Rachael.
And I'm Whitney.
And we went viral this last week.
Yeah, we
Woo!
did. We're over 300 followers.
On our TikTok.
Yes, almost 4.
Yeah. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
And we had so many views on that video. Our story where we talked about the person who found their mom's dildo after they passed away.
And then used it.
And then found out it was a clone of Willie
of their
her
daddy.
dad. Yeah, or their dad.
Their dad.
Could have been,
Yeah.
Could have been either gender there. But
Still.
yeah, so look at us go. Thank you to all of our followers and listeners and people, our newcomers.
I would just like to thank God.
Yeah.
My parents.
My parents.
Bringing me here.
Make sure you don't thank Riley Green now.
Why?
Because it would just get the internet all stirred up.
Oh, that's what we need.
So bringing that back up again.
He's growing his facial hair back out.
It looks good.
It does look good. He looks hot.
He looks hot no matter what he does.
Yeah. As long as he has hair on his face.
I just hate when he wears his golf clothes. Because I'm not a golfing person. And I
can play a mean game of putt-putt.
I cannot. I suck at both. Mm-hmm. Okay. But the only person that I love that's a golfer is Happy Gilmore. So I'm just not much on golf. And
I can name one golfer.
Tiger Woods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one.
And we know he's straight up playa.
And that's only because of, like, the scandal.
Yeah, that's the only reason
that happened
we know
when I
who
was,
he
like,
is.
6.
Yeah. Well, Shooter McGavin, he's also from Happy Gilmore. That's the only reason why I know who that is. And Arnold Palmer, and the only reason why I know that
I
is
love a good Arnold Palmer.
because of the drink, you know.
Arnold Palmer.
But, did you really go and get a big gulp and not bring me one?
No, that's from, honestly, it's warm.
Ew.
The ice is gone.
Nah.
I didn't buy it. Jeremy bought it for me because we were waiting for the second game.
Oh.
And he didn't even fucking fill it all the way to the top. There was like an inch left that could have been filled up. I was like, who fucking does that?
Oh my God. We need a segment on this podcast about Jeremy.
Pisses me off.
And all the shit that he does.
I don't know what he's done this week.
Oh my God. Pissing your mom off.
Yeah, he's in a mood.
Yeah.
He must be on his period.
He must be. But back to Ella Langley and Riley Green. They performed somewhere last night, and their stage chemistry was way better. So everybody's like, oh, maybe they're fucking again because he hasn't liked Megan Maroney's posts on Instagram for a couple weeks. I mean, we're reaching again here. But he said instead of the song where he says she's the prettiest thing I ever seen in a pair of boots, he said she's the prettiest thing with bangs and boots. And I was like, he be banging her right after that shit.
I have icing on my finger.
You know they gotta be fucking. They have to be.
I would.
1,000%. I don't care if he was gonna break my heart or not later. I'd be banging him too.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I just feel like he's a good lay.
And if not, that would be the most
really
disappointing
yeah,
thing
for
of
sure.
your life. Could you imagine? That'd be like if you fucked Jensen Ackles and then you're just like, God, that sucked. You know? But then you can go fuck someone like Ron Jeremy, ugly motherfucker.
I think just the fact that it's them would be enough.
Oh, yeah. I think so, too. I think you're right. I think that just their looks would make you have a good time.
Yeah.
Anything interesting happen for you this week?
No, not really.
We've had some crazy storms.
Bitch slapped the other day.
By a child.
Yeah, it knocked my glasses clear off.
Oh my God.
And then he laughed. But he's my friend, my little bestie. He just needs some extra lovins.
Some kids need
We're going to
that.
get him there.
Yeah, he'll get there.
Yeah.
Probably right in time for him to
Like-
leave your classroom.
Okay, so you know how when I had to do a training, like a trauma training,
Oh.
it was so depressing.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was just telling her what had happened and how my little friend just he did it and then he like laughed. And I
Yeah.
was like, I know that he didn't think it was funny, but like, she was like, it's like when as an adult we do something like really cringy or we're like in an awkward moment, so we just like to like get it just to go away.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it was.
Yeah.
So I don't take it personal.
Yeah.
If it was one of the other kids, I probably would have.
I think too that I don't know. People don't realize what traumatizes these children, and
For
people
sure.
don't take into account. They're like, "Oh, they're little. They're not going to know what's going on."
No, it's so crazy.
They're not going to
So
know.
like you were in it for a really long time too, but like now I've been in it longer, so like I've just experienced so much.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I'm so chill. Like, don't get me wrong, I freak out.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, get your fucking shit together to the kids at home.
Yeah.
Not my kids at work. But we know how things affect children.
Yeah.
So it's easier.
But some people just assume because they're little,
Right.
they don't feel
Right.
or they don't know.
No, they carry that shit
Yeah.
forever.
And I also try to get people to understand that kids can pick up on energy as well. So, like, even if you're not arguing in front of them, even if you're not doing whatever bad thing it is in front of them, they can pick up on negative energy and it can affect them too.
Yeah. The whole time I was doing the training, all I just kept thinking about was, like, the kids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God.
I know.
I gotta keep these kids from being fucked up.
That's all we can try to do in life.
Yeah.
Is to try to keep them as sane as possible.
Yeah.
But that's hard, especially
And also
in
just
today's
like
world.
it's weird what can affect people.
Mm-hmm.
Like even adults, like natural disasters.
Oh yeah.
Like that can just trigger the fuck out of you too.
It is weird what can,
Yeah.
you know. I mean, if you even take into account like 9/11, even though it didn't happen to us.
Right. We even talked about this because she was
Yeah.
like, "How old are you?" And I'm like, 28. And she's like, "So you were alive?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Kindergarten."
Yeah.
So like I don't remember it.
Mm-hmm.
So like it doesn't
Yeah.
Of course I think it's really fucking sad, but it doesn't affect me
Yeah, but
as it would someone else.
yeah. I
So,
mean,
like,
I was in
I'm
5th grade,
still like
but
considerate of.
yeah. But I mean anything though, like all the recent school shootings the past couple decades,
Oh, I'm touching the mic.
just
Sorry, Tim.
it is weird how we can have empathy for people.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't.
Yeah.
But there are people like us who, like, if somebody's kid goes missing or somebody's child gets murdered or they die or they're sick with cancer, I immediately always take myself and put myself in their shoes, and I feel with them and I hurt with them, and it just breaks my heart, you know. That was a good one.
Thanks.
But yeah, I do think
I'm
that
numb.
you're numb to
Yeah, I think
feeling
I'm
things.
numb.
Well, you've been through a lot.
But another thing that the lady said was to, like, when you are just trying to figure out what the hell is going on, to not say what is wrong with you,
Yeah.
but to be like, what happened to you?
Yeah, what happened?
Like,
to you?
why are we here? Like, what? I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. I remember one time in a daycare training, they talked about how you never say what is wrong with you. And I'm like, it's good to know. Because even though I don't say it, like if Ruby, for example, is doing something like, I don't know, something silly. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what is wrong with you? But I don't mean it like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I should. My mom always used to say, what the hell's wrong with you? You know?
Yeah. No, my mom literally did that earlier when I tried to jump in front of the car. I thought she was going to beat my ass.
She probably, dude, I would not mess with Mama Kim.
I do enjoy fucking with Mama Kim. What are you looking for?
My phone. I think it's in my pocket. We're good.
Oh
We're
my
good.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
I don't think I have anything else really
One more thing
touch
that I
on.
do need to tell you that just happened a little bit ago.
At the birthday party?
Yeah. No, it happened on the way.
Oh.
So, Aspen, as you know, we always struggle with wanting to be buckled up.
Yeah.
She does not It's a thing, okay? We
Yeah.
get in the fucking car, we buckle up.
Yeah.
So I had to get a little harsh,
Yeah.
okay? I said, Aspen, what do you think is going to happen to you if I wreck and you're not buckled up?
Yeah.
And she said, what? And I said, you're going through the windshield.
Yeah.
And then she goes, Nini, you know milk comes from cows? I said, ma'am.
Oh, sorry. She changed the subject on you real quick.
I was like, you stress me out. She goes, you stress me out.
You guys
and I
stress
said,
each other out.
Shut up.
You're trying to help me, save my life by telling me to
Right.
buckle up. But did you know milk comes from cows?
Yeah, whatever, man.
Whatever. Well, I guess we're done. Stop.
I know.
I almost fell asleep earlier like 6 different times, and then I couldn't fall asleep, and I was really
Ew,
pissed.
I hate when I'm trying to take a nap. And then, like, I'll fall asleep, but, like, not deep. And then I just get, like, woken up.
I know.
I really want to go home and take a late evening nap.
Go for it.
I feel like those just hit different.
Yeah. I can't ever do that, or I won't sleep at night.
I'll take a melatonin.
If it's past 3 o'clock, I can't take a nap.
Wouldn't be me.
Wouldn't be you. You should take a melatonin at
I'll
4
take a nap
o'clock
at 9 o'clock, wake up at 11, and be back asleep by 11:30.
God, girl, I don't know how you do it. It's
It's
just
because my hormones are fucked up.
well, that's true too. So I guess we'll be done with the yapping and jump on into this stuff. Reddit reads. But before we get into Reddit reads, we had a listener,
Emailer.
a fan, an emailer.
A fan?
A fan emailed us to our call it like it is pod at gmail, almost said at JMU, at gmail.com. So would you like to read it, or would you like me to read it?
Well, since you have it over there, you can go ahead.
Okay. The subject is toxic mother-in-law.
Mm.
We love this.
Mm-mm-mm.
Sorry, this is a long one. I hope you guys can make a good story with this drama. Plus, I have many more stories with this one. Me, 20-year-old female, and my partner, 22-year-old male, have been together since my freshman year of high school in 2019. In the beginning, his parents were very accepting of me and took me in as one of their own. In 2020, COVID hit, so I moved in with them. Me and my boyfriend had a disagreement, and I raised my voice at him. His mom sat down with him and told him he needed to break things off with me because I should not be raising my voice at him. He ignored her say so, and the whole next year went by, and it just felt very awkward to be near her. In July on 2021, we had been together for 2 years at this point. His stepdad came storming into the living room telling us we both need to get the fuck out, so we packed up and moved to my mom's until I graduated high school. That December in 2021, they finally decided to message us if they wanted to work things out. My boyfriend forgave them. They're his parents, so I couldn't blame him. Fast forward to January 2023. At this point, we were in our own house renting, and we were at a good place with his mom and stepdad. Me and him find out that we're expecting our first baby together. They act all excited to become grandparents to the point to where they show up the next day with a car seat and a bunch of other baby items. Although I'm grateful that they did that, me and my boyfriend wanted to pick out our own car seat and stroller since this was our first child. He just let it slide, and I didn't let it bother me. Fast forward to June 2023. I'm about 5 months pregnant, so I have a bump coming in. I worked with his mother at the time, and she was constantly trying to touch my belly without asking if it was okay. I told my boyfriend when I got home that she had kept doing that, and he decided to give them a call. We spoke to his mom and dad, saying that they need to calm down. We know they are excited, but they're just doing too much, and that she needed to stop touching my belly without asking because it made me uncomfortable. Another month goes by, and she's still touching my belly, but now she's calling my bump her bump and referring to our girl as her baby. We decided to have a baby shower in August so that I didn't have to stress in the last 2 months. She was mad because we planned our own shower and gender reveal. They got us a gift card, and she had wrote her baby, their baby, our baby, as in hers. When reading it at the shower, it just sent me off, and my boyfriend could feel it, so we just hurried everything up and went home. The next day, we went to their house and sat down and had an adult conversation about how we felt about everything. They seemed understanding. Until October of 2023, we welcomed our little girl. Everyone came to visit in the hospital, but I had preeclampsia and wasn't feeling very well. So we let everyone come in and meet her really quick so that I could get rest. Looking back now, his mom and stepdad never shed a tear when meeting their first grandbaby. Not everyone shows emotion, but this woman cries when her other children come to visit and leave. 2 months go by and we have done all the visits and they had only come over once. So me and my boyfriend decided to pack up and move back to his hometown, different state, only 3 hours away. Now his mom has 2 other kids over here who live with the dad and 2 more of her own with the stepdad. Fast forward to January, we were staying with them while my boyfriend worked his last 2 weeks at his job. His mom caught COVID, so she kept her distance from the baby. She was symptom free but was still distancing herself. We had to pack up quickly, come back to our new house because of a big snowstorm that was about to hit. She never came out of the room to tell us goodbye. Fast forward to March 2024. Our dog sadly passed away from cancer, and his mom and his 2 siblings from down there came up to visit. We were surprised they actually came up to see us. They are not fans of his dad, her ex-husband. During their 3-day stay, she never spoke a word to me, and she never asked to hold the baby. I went to the kitchen and talked to my boyfriend and told him that she was ignoring me and didn't even want to pick up her grandchild. He told me not to let it bother me, so I just went on about my day.
That was another good one.
Fast forward to May 2024, they came up for his brother's graduation. We had been down to visit 4 times by this time because my family is down there as well. So she yet again did not talk to me at the party nor the graduation. Her mom came all the way from Kansas for the graduation.
Whose mom did?
The mom's mom. The boyfriend's mom. So his grandma.
Okay.
Came from Kansas for their graduation, but my boyfriend doesn't like her because she never showed up for him and didn't even attend his graduation. When she got here, she expected to be welcomed into our girl's life, which she was immediately denied. This made his mom upset because she drove all the way to meet our daughter. We told her, no, this is for his brother's day. It's not about us. Fast forward to October 2024. They haven't came to visit since May, our baby's first birthday, a day that was supposed to be fun. During the party, I went to talk to his mom and she had walked away from me, which sent me through the roof mad. I let it slide and told my boyfriend what she had done. She wanted pictures and my daughter wouldn't go to her, so she didn't get to take one with her. This made her mad and she told her son, you guys may not like us. You guys make her not like us when they are the ones who don't visit. Fast forward to February 2025. We have gotten no text or calls checking up on us or our little girl and no visits. We still went and visited once a month. Him and I finally sat down and talked about everything and we decided to go visit my family and not see them. They're about 5 minutes apart. March 2025, we finally get a message saying, we want to know why she was down here with the baby and didn't stop to see us. We told them that we were all down there and didn't stop by because they have not made any effort to be a part of their granddaughter's life. We worked it out, or so we thought. Fast forward to April, they plan a trip up here to come in for 3 days. They stay with her daughter. My boyfriend is on overnights. The weekend they came is so when we woke up around 6 p.m., he received a picture of them with his sister saying, surprise! I received a message asking if I wanted to get my nails done, but I declined nicely, like an adult, because my daughter was napping. She stated, maybe next time. I replied with, you guys are more than welcome to come over here and see us. She read and never replied. The sister only lives 15 minutes from us. The next day, I get a message from the sister, not even the stepdad nor the mom, asking if we wanted to go to dinner for my boyfriend's birthday. I replied that he works and that they knew that and that they could come here and visit their granddaughter. The following day they left and went home. We haven't heard from them or gotten any calls. We are now removing them from our daughter's life. She's 19 months now and we feel it's better to just never tell her about them until she asks one day who they are in pictures. Are we the assholes for removing the drama and headache from not only our lives but our daughters? Would you guys forgive them and try and come back, or have we gone through enough? P.S. You think this is a lot. Wait till you hear about the drama his stepmom causes, aka my other mother-in-law. So I think that if they have both made the effort to try, that's the thing with,
I don't think that they're assholes for not wanting to have contact with them. Clearly it's like toxic.
Yeah.
Nobody's having a good time.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like,
but I feel like they should be open to
like fixing the relationship.
But they shouldn't be the one to initiate that, I don't think.
Yeah, I think it should be on the parents.
Yeah.
The mom and stepdad.
The mom sounds like she just enjoys being the center of attention.
Yes, and being in control of everything.
Yeah.
And that's what happens in a lot of these situations. Like, a lot of the times, these mother-in-laws or boyfriends, moms, whatever, they like to try to do things the way they want to.
Right.
And you can't do that. That's not
the way.
They
don't, like, relinquish control of...
Yeah.
Like, they're grown.
I think that you should still talk about the grandparents to your child.
I
feel like, especially because if the grandparents are in the sisters' lives, if the grandparents are, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they are still around the other family, they're going to eventually hear people talk about them. They're going to eventually...
Yeah, but I also think that what they said about the pictures...
Yeah. I mean,
you can just, like, tell them then.
Yeah, that's true.
I wouldn't, like, sit down one random day and be like, oh, let's talk about Grandma.
Well, not randomly one day, you know, but it's a hard situation because ultimately I feel like it should be up to the boyfriend because it's his dad or it's his mom and his stepdad. Like, that should be his decision and his decision alone because it's his family.
But also, if you don't respect me...
Yeah.
What makes you think that you should get access to my child?
Exactly. That's the thing. I mean, I'm very lucky in the mother-in-law department. Like, my in-laws are amazing and they treat all of us with respect and love. And, you know, I couldn't imagine having a difficult mother-in-law.
Yeah.
That would just destroy me. But, yeah, I definitely don't think you're the asshole because removing toxic people from your life.
I don't think you are ever considered an asshole for setting boundaries
and doing what's right for you and your family, you know. And maybe once they see, sometimes that happens. If you cut off toxic parents, they realize, okay, we were being stupid.
Yeah. Like,
I know right now you still haven't heard from them, but maybe eventually they will come around and then you maybe can sit down with them and have another adult conversation where of, hey, we don't want to kick you guys out of our lives. We don't want our daughter to not have you in her life. But if you already don't hear from them and they're gone anyways all the time, your daughter's probably not even going to miss who they are. You know what I mean?
You can't miss someone you don't know.
Exactly. But thank you so much for emailing us your story. Please send us more. We love good stories. We love a good juicy drama and in-law drama.
We want to hear about the stepmom.
Yeah, we need to hear about the stepmom next.
All right.
You got a Reddit?
Yeah, I do. Hold on, let me go. I'm scrolling the wrong way. The fuck?
What the fuck?
Am I the asshole for not carrying my husband's baby wipes?
Oh my God, no, you did not.
You have it too?
No, you did not.
Stop.
Am I the asshole for not carrying my husband's baby wipes? Okay, you go ahead.
So
you go ahead.
What's
That's
your other?
funny.
What's the title of your other one?
Why?
I just want to know.
Am I the asshole for?
Okay.
It's
not the same.
Okay.
It says, so my husband, 42, insists that I, 41, I don't know why the ages annoy me, carry baby wipes for him everywhere we go. He doesn't like to use toilet paper in the bathroom and only ever wants to use baby wipes. Our children have grown and don't need a diaper bag anymore. He insists that I take everything out of my purse to carry his baby wipes. Being without my wallet created problems. Yesterday we went out for our anniversary. He wanted me to carry his wipes. I told him, no, you need to carry it yourself. He said that it would be embarrassing and wanted me to carry it. He wanted me to dump out my purse and try to fit it in there or carry it along with my purse. I said, no. He said, can you put it in your pockets? No. Girl pants don't have pockets. I pointed out that his cargo pants have huge pockets and he could carry it in his pockets. He refused and left the wipes in the car. I asked him why he thought it would be embarrassing for him to carry it, but not for me. And he said, because you're a woman. Am I the asshole for not carrying the baby wipes?
No, you are not the asshole for carrying his baby. Why does this okay, first of all, this motherfucker shits this much where he has to take wipes out. Go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Okay, why are you pooping everywhere you go?
They also have smaller packs of wipes.
Yeah. If not, get a snack-sized baggie from the store from your house, put a few wipes in it, and put it in your pocket. Nobody's gonna know it's in your fucking pocket.
I get embarrassed, but I don't care if you're embarrassed.
Right? Fuck you for that.
Also, just freaking use the toilet paper while you're out in public and then just go take a shower.
What
like
the
when you
fuck?
get home.
He is a spoiled little baby bitch.
Yeah. Call
honestly.
your mom and tell your mom to carry your baby wipes around because
Yeah.
I've already done it for our children.
Yeah. I'm not doing that for you.
No.
I think for me, it would piss me off more to not want to carry them for him if he just was like that about it.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, I don't give a shit. Go shit yourself. Go get shit all in your underwear. I don't care. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Like, what, sir? Like,
wipe your ass normally like the rest of us.
Or how about shit before we leave the house and quit shitting in public all the time? That's weird. Like, people don't even like to shit in public.
No.
That's strange.
If I have to, like if I absolutely have to.
Yeah, you have to, you will.
I'm going to the family bathroom.
Yeah, the family bathroom is where it's at. That's where it's
'Cause,
popping.
like, I'm the only one in there. I get performance anxiety, so I have to be alone.
Performance anxiety. When I read the title of that, I was like,
What
I was
the
like, no.
fuck?
Because, like, I could understand if he was mentally challenged.
Right, like
or
if there
like
was...
he was disabled, or I don't know. Even then, I feel like mentally challenged people, disabled people, anybody can carry their own baby wipes.
Yeah, I mean,
And
unless
who
that
like why are you embarrassed about baby wipes?
unless we have another need for these baby wipes, they're staying at home.
Yeah, I mean, I keep some in my purse.
I have a pack in my car, but
Yeah.
I have like
'Cause I use them
500
for all
kids
kinds
going
of-
in and out of my car.
Yeah. But actually, ever since Ruby was a baby, I've always just kept wipes because I
Yeah.
love them. We keep them in each bathroom in the house because we have 2 bathrooms, so you can always keep a pack in each bathroom. I keep a pack in my car. I keep a little bit in my purse because they are handy.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna look at Brandon or you or
if you looked at me and said, "Can you carry my baby wipes for me?"
you probably would say yes.
But also, I carry a big purse.
yeah, yeah.
I guess I
know.
would carry your baby wipes.
That's weird to me. Like, why do you have to carry
Just
wipes
imagine
everywhere you go?
walking through Walmart and your husband's like, "I gotta go to the bathroom," and you're like, "Oh, let me get your wipes out of my purse, honey.
Because if she has to,
Do you want me to put you on the diaper
like-
changer too?"
I don't understand what the difference is between you, like, she's gonna have to hand them to him,
Right.
and he's going to have to carry them into the bathroom anyways.
Wouldn't you rather take them out in the stall where nobody
Yeah.
can see you?
Put them in your pocket, carry them into the bathroom. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But no, you're not the asshole for that one. You're not the asshole.
I'd probably divorce him. That's always my answer. Divorce.
Okay. Divorce. What is that from?
No idea.
Is that from Sweet Home Alabama?
No, I don't think so.
Damn, it's
I
from
love that
something, and
movie.
I'm getting pissed because I can't remember what it's from. Okay. Anyway,
Stopped selling soap at the Piggly Wiggly since I left.
what you want to marry me for anyhow? So I can kiss you anytime I want. I remember used to
I love the
saying-
part when she's like, "Why don't you just go to a gay bar?"
I know, and he's just like,
Just imagine that as an insult.
yeah. Right now it wouldn't be.
And we're like, "All right, let's go."
Let's go. I want to go to a gay bar so
I feel
bad.
like that'd just be fun.
Dude, it would be a blast. We'd have so much fun.
I want to. I don't want the females to hit on me.
Well, we'll just wear shirts that say straight.
Yeah. I'm here for the gay men.
We're here just to hang out and have a good time. I used to say that I wanted a Jake from Sweet Home Alabama.
He's so cute.
God. But just his character and
I know.
who he is.
I know.
I'm like, oh.
Lightning
And
never
then I
strikes the same
hate-
place twice.
And I hate when she goes and she thinks that the dog is the same dog, but that dog died and it's a different dog. I'm like, bitch, if you weren't running off trying to be
Right.
fucking...
You trying to be better than everybody.
so dumb.
And she's like, "You got your baby in a bar?
She got your baby. You got your baby in a
He's
bar.
still on the tit."
Yes. Okay. Are you ready?
Are you
Because this is crazy.
Yeah.
This is from, I love this person's username. Happy Elevator 8546 from Am I the Asshole on Reddit. Am I the asshole for refusing to help my dad raise the baby he had with my ex? I am going to repeat that one more time. Am I the asshole for refusing to help my dad raise the baby he had with my ex? I can't even believe I'm typing this right now, but whatever. Here we go. I dated Raina, 25 female, for about 3 years. We broke up last fall after I found out she was cheating. She never told me who with, just said it was complicated and that I should move on. So I did. Hurt like hell, but I walked away. Fast forward to 2 weeks ago. My dad, Rob, 51 male, asked to meet up. I figured he wanted to catch up since we hadn't talked much lately. Nope. He sits me down and tells me he's the one Raina was cheating with. He's the father of her baby. She gave birth a few months ago, and now they're trying to figure things out and build a future. I sat there in complete shock. This man looked me in the eye and told me he slept with my girlfriend while we were still together, and now he wants to raise her kid. Then he says he needs help. Financial help, emotional support, whatever. Basically wants me to be involved because the baby is technically my half sibling. I told him he could both go to hell. I guess he meant they can both go to hell. I left and haven't responded to either of them since. The fallout's been messy. My mom is furious and says she's divorcing him. So let's stop the train there because your parents were still together when this happened? My sister moved out of state last year and told me she's cutting contact with both of them. Some cousins are trying to stay neutral but keep messaging me saying things like, it's still your sibling and you'll regret not being there someday. I honestly don't care. I don't want anything to do with either of them. I don't want updates. I don't want photos. I don't want to pretend like any of this is okay, but part of me wonders if I'm being too cold about it. Am I the asshole for walking away and refusing to be part of this mess?
Some people have the fucking audacity.
Right? Okay, first of all, I don't think you're the asshole.
No,
I think eventually you are going to want to have some kind of...
It is your sibling, and it is not the baby's fault.
Exactly.
That their parents do not have any regard for anybody else's feelings.
Yeah.
However, could you just imagine as a parent looking at your child's significant other, no matter how serious the relationship is, and you're like, I want to tap that.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
I just, like...
How old was the guy?
The dad?
No, the kid.
The guy that wrote it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Hold on. I threw my paper on
Oh,
the
no,
floor.
it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it is. We gotta get the tea. Okay. It doesn't say. It just says she's 25 and the dad was 51.
Okay, so he's roughly early 20s, maybe a little bit older.
Probably, yeah. I mean... I don't think you're the asshole for disregarding
Right,
them.
it's also not your responsibility to take care
yeah.
of their child.
Yeah, hey son,
I fucked your girl, but can you help us take care of our baby?
I got her pregnant. Could you pay for some bills for me?
Can you buy the baby some formula?
Yeah, you don't want your brother to starve, do you?
Yeah, can you just go on down to the Piggly Wiggly?
Dude, that is fucked.
I wish we had a Piggly Wiggly.
I know. Do they even make them anymore?
I don't know.
Is that even a thing? But I was like, when I read that, I was like, holy shit, what?
At first I was like, thought that they were broken up.
Yeah.
And then the dad was
no,
like...
it was while they were together.
Because I was like, my mom barely likes any of our, like, the men we've brought home.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't blame her.
but like, that's the thing. He found out she was cheating, and... when he said with who, she said it was complicated. Yeah, it's fucking complicated. It's your fucking dad. Like, what? Holy shit. What a wild story.
Well, you and your mom can bond.
Jerry.
Jerry's in heaven.
I know. Poor Jerry.
Is Murray still alive?
Yeah, But he retired. He finally stopped.
Good for him. He deserved it.
God,
He'd be running them steps after people all the time.
I know, chasing them.
Yeah.
I love when he had to put his glasses on. When it comes to 8-year-old Amaya.
Yeah. You are the father.
I love whenever they're not the father, though.
So this is...
I'm ready.
My uncle shit in my aquarium.
No. Okay.
I, a female, was about 8 years old at the time and had a new pet for 2 weeks. A goldfish named Ben in a small round aquarium.
Not Ben.
I loved him so much. My parents liked to party at our house with their friends on weekends. My uncle was there too, and he always overdid it with the alcohol. One Saturday evening, I was already asleep in my bed. Suddenly, I heard the door open and someone came in. I pretended to be sleeping. I thought the person would walk out again at any moment. I heard strange noises like someone was undoing their belt and taking off their pants. When I heard farting noises, loud moans, and someone singing, "What shall we do with the drunken sailor?" I couldn't understand anything. The farts were getting louder and louder, and I was starting to get scared. It started to smell disgusting. The person left my room again, and I fell asleep at some point. The next morning, I heard my mother screaming. I woke up and saw my aquarium full to the brim with shit.
No!
My goldfish bin survived, thank God.
Oh, thank God. I was going to ask.
To this day, I still wonder how. It smelled like hell. We only found out it was my uncle when he did the exact same thing to my cousin's spider. I still hate him to the day, and whenever I hear the song, "What shall we do with the drunken sailor?" I get goosebumps.
Okay, he did it to the cousin spider, too?
I would have shit on that spider, too. Because, ew.
Oh, my God. The fact that he was singing. Who sings while they take a shit?
Yeah, not me.
Not me either. That's weird.
Yeah, I just be...
Like, okay, so one time when we had a party at Livy's, we couldn't figure out who pissed in the cat box. I mean, we have a pretty good idea who it was, but this person still denies it to this day every time we bring it up.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I did not piss in the cat box." And we're like, somebody did, because the cat did not pee that much. Like, the clump of litter was huge. Okay? But how do you shit in a little fish tank?
Right. Imagine sitting on it. You never questioned that the toilet felt off to you? Like...
Well, I guess you're drunk enough. Any bowl looks like a toilet.
Where was the fish tank sitting?
I don't know.
Like, anytime I've had a fish... Hold on, I gotta burp again.
It's been up on something?
Yeah, like... Like, one was on my bookshelf or a dresser. Like, they are all on things that are high.
Yeah. Well...
That's so disturbing.
Thank you for sharing that with me. I needed that today.
I don't have any more if you have more.
All right. This is from Savings Bidder 1426 from Am I the Asshole on Reddit. Am I the asshole for posting screenshots of my sister-in-law's text online and making her look bad? I, 29-year-old female, and my wife, 28-year-old female, had our son 6 days ago. The pregnancy was complicated, and they had twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, which resulted in them coming early. They are currently in neonatal unit. Is that right? Neonatal?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I can say that.
That's a big word.
And my wife and I practically live there so we can spend time with our boys. My brother and his wife got married 2 days ago. I didn't want to leave my sons or my wife, so I missed the wedding, though I sent them their gift from us and a text wishing them a fantastic day and thought nothing more of it. Yesterday, I got a text from my new sister-in-law explaining that because my wife and I missed the wedding, she'd need us to send her 140 pounds for our plates of food. I asked her if she was joking, and she told me that she got my wife couldn't go. Oh, wait. Sorry. I asked her if she was joking, and she told me that she got my wife couldn't go as she had to stay in the hospital, but I wasn't the one who gave birth, so I could have went and saved 2 plates of food from going to waste. I told her she was being ridiculous and asked if my brother was aware she was asking his sister for money for food. She brushed that off and said weddings were expensive and she had to try and recoup her losses, and this should be between us, woman to woman, because this in her thinking I should have gone away anyway. I admit I lost my temper. I ended up taking screenshots of the conversation and posting it on Facebook. This shocked several people in the family, and she must have gotten bombarded with messages as she told me to take it down, as I was making her look bad and people were taking it out of context and thinking she was some kind of villain. 'Cause you are. My brother called me and told me not to worry about the money and that it was stupid to expect us to pay for the plates, though he asked me to take the post down and he'd handle it. He seemed kind of shocked by her even asking this. Did I go too far? My wife is mostly upset by her sister-in-law's comments about how I wasn't the one to give birth, as if it makes me less of their mother. Maybe I should have handled it better, but I admit at the time I wasn't thinking very clearly. You're not the asshole. The sister-in-law is the asshole.
Some people really just got the audacity.
Yeah, I mean, I personally wouldn't have posted it on Facebook, but I would have sent it to my brother. And I would have said,
family group chat,
guys, look at this bullshit.
Look at this dumbass bitch.
Like, I'm sorry, my twins are in the hospital. I'm going to be here for my children and my wife.
Right.
I am not going to pay for your fuck weddings
I
anyway.
would wait for the sister-in-law to have a baby.
Yeah.
And then text them and be like, I'm going to need you. Like,
yeah. I would plan like a quick cookout for the family.
Yeah.
And be like, it was your job to bring the hot dogs.
Right. I'm going to need you to leave the hospital.
I'm going to need you to send me $29 for the big pack of hot dogs I had to buy at Costco because you were supposed to bring them.
Yeah.
And
because this cookout was expensive.
Yeah, and having a baby that don't cut it, you know.
Yeah.
Both
Both of y'all didn't get your cooters cut.
Yeah. What the fuck? I just couldn't imagine. This is why weddings are dumb.
Every day something happens and it just really just pounds in me wanting to hit someone with my car.
Yeah. And that would be one person that would deserve it. Mm-hmm. You know? I mean, I'm glad the brother was like,
how about these plates, bitch?
And I don't know how much that equals in American money, but...
You want a plate? Here's my skid plate.
Here's my skid plate. Skirt, skirt.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, bro. That's wild.
Also, fucking just get a paper plate.
Dude, people be spending way too much on fucking weddings. It just, it's disgusting.
I saw someone say the other day, it was like an influencer that I follow, and somebody commented on their post and was like, all that money you make and you still use paper plates? And she was like, yeah, because I don't want to fucking do the dishes.
Duh, bitch.
If there was paper pots, I'd use them too.
Oh my God, the Dollar Tree right now has these really cute fucking plates. I have to show you later. They're so fucking cute, which I would never use them, but they are cute. Melissa H. even sent them to me, and I was like, these are fucking cute. Why wouldn't you use them? Because I'm not a big fan of ceramic plates. Like, I just don't like the scraping sound. I don't like that, you know. But they're so cute. I'll have to show you later. But yeah, I think that's all for Reddit reads for the week.
Makes me so angry.
I cannot.
I just question the human population as a whole.
And I also question people who have weddings where they have to pay by the plate.
Just fucking go to Taco Bell and get a couple party packs.
Yeah, have Cracker Barrel cater that shit. Something.
Fucking Long John
Silver's. I don't want to go to no... If I'm going to a wedding and I have to pay by the plate, that food's already too fancy for me to not even like. I don't like fancy food. It tastes like shit.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking cheeseburger.
If I'm paying for the plate, it better have sushi. Because I would do that.
I wish I liked sushi.
So good.
All right, I'm ready.
Oh, Meg sent us a video.
Oh, what is she
of the cupcakes she made.
She made the cupcakes for the wedding?
Mm-hmm. That bitch is so good. I don't know why she getting a job. She should just do cupcakes.
I know. She should be doing something.
Oh my God, you can create your own Bitmoji pet. Oh, you have to have Snapchat Plus.
Rude.
Stupid.
So,
okay.
Are you doing,
Yes.
Crime Corner?
Yeah, I'll do a Crime Corner for you. I have a different one if you want to read the one I sent.
No, you go ahead.
The group chat.
No, you go ahead. You can save it for another day.
Okay.
You guys. I'm ready.
I'm feeling another burp. Okay. In the mid-1970s, construction of the Trans-Alaska Pipeline brought swarms of people to Anchorage, turning it into a boomtown of oilmen, construction workers, and a vice economy of illegal drugs and sex. My kind of place.
My kind of place.
A frontier town in the last frontier state, Anchorage, was being settled by people who'd left it all behind. Those without roots or community ties, those starting afresh, those whom, if they disappeared from their new Alaskan homes, would hardly be missed. So
Oh.
when Anchorage's sex workers began disappearing in the late 1970s, it went unnoticed. But on September 2nd, 1983, state troopers were put on alert. That's when the body of 17-year-old exotic dancer Paula Golding was found on the banks of the Nick River by a road construction crew. She had been missing for 5 months, and her remains were found near those of a 23-year-old exotic dancer, Sherry Morrow. There were two 23 shell casings near the bodies of both women. Ballistics reports showed that they had been fired from the same high-powered hunting rifle. From the burgeoning city where they lived out in Alaskan wild, they'd been hunted down like wild animals. There was nothing on the surface that raised red flags about Robert Hansen, the unassuming Anchorage native who had eventually confessed to killing 17 women in the Alaskan wilderness. He moved from Alaska from Iowa in the 1960s before the pipeline boom. He was married with 2 children.
Of course he was.
He was a successful small business owner, having opened a bakery in the city's downtown.
A bakery? Bitch, I swear to God, if you tell me he's baking people in these damn cakes.
The cops went there for coffee and donuts all the time. If anything, Hansen came across as mousy, a scrawny man with a stutter. It was a stutter that made it hard for Hansen to talk to girls during his adolescence.
So that's going to be his excuse of why he
found
kills
an
people.
outlet for his feelings of sexual rejection and frustration through criminality. First via smaller displays of power like kleptomania, then graduating to arson, burning down a school bus garage in his hometown of Pocahontas, Iowa.
There's also a Pocahontas, Kentucky, I think.
In 1960, a crime for which he served 20 months in prison. He was also an avid hunter. After marrying and resettling in Alaska, he got his pilot license, purchased a small airplane, ostensibly for hunting in the Alaskan bush. Although accused of rape as early as 1971, Hansen didn't really come into the police radar until June 13th, 1983, when Cindy Paulson, an Anchorage sex worker, was picked up half naked and handcuffed, hitchhiking and hysterical on an Alaskan highway. When police questioned Paulson, she described an abduction that seemed too horrific to be true. She had been picked up in the car by a wiry, scruffy man soliciting her for sex. Paulson said that she was handcuffed to the vehicle and threatened with a revolver and then taken to the man's home where he chained her from the ceiling of his den.
What?
Then raped and tortured her repeatedly. From there, Paulson was brought to a small local airport where she made her escape while her perpetrator loaded up his bush plane. When police took Paulson to the airport, she identified Hansen's plane. A security guard there corroborated her story and said he'd taken down the license plate of the perpetrator. That vehicle belonged to Robert Hansen, and when police went to the address listed on the vehicle registration, the interior of the home matched the description Paulson had given. "We had him pretty cold on a kidnapping and rape case," said Rothschild, a case which was eerily like what we were suspecting was happening to all of these other women. FBI profiler John Douglas took information that troopers had gathered about those other known victims and developed a criminal profile of the suspect. The perpetrator would have low self-esteem, he surmised, and would likely suffer from a speech impediment. The description matched.
Dude, how do they always
I
get
know.
this? So smart.
Rothschild obtained a search warrant for Hansen's home. There they discovered jewelry from several of the missing women, a rifle that matched the bullet casings found at the murder scenes, and a map of the Alaskan bush, with dozens of X marks stored in the headboard of Hansen's bed. At Hansen's interrogation, Rothschild, that's a hard word.
Yeah, and what a stupid name.
Yeah, said he and another DA explained to Hansen their plan: to wait until the spring thaw, go with tracking dogs to every spot on Hansen's map, and search for bodies and bullet casings that matched his weapons. As I sat there watching Hansen, there was a transformation that took place that was just amazing, said the man with the weird last name. His face got really red, and literally the hair on the back of his neck stood up. And that was when he changed, to my eye, from Bob the Baker to Bob the serial killer. And all of a sudden, I'm looking at this guy thinking, there's the guy that killed all those people. Realizing the jig was up, Hansen confessed to 17 murders in
Oh my
exchange
God.
for an easier time through the criminal process.
Of course.
Alaska didn't have the death penalty, but Hansen requested that he be imprisoned out of state to lessen the chance of running across people who knew him or his victims, and that his case be kept out of major media. The man with the weird name, Office, agreed to the terms, and Hansen was sentenced to life plus 461 years. He died in 2014 at the age of 75. The man with the weird name said he doesn't regret being unable to pursue the death penalty. I, I would have wished every breath he took had an element of pain to it, but here's how I thought about it. Here's a guy whose passion in life is going out into the wilderness and hunting, the great Alaska wild. Instead of being able to do that, he was put in a cell with no view of anything. Forget the mountains. With rancid air and horrific people around him, that to me is supreme punishment. For his own life path, Hansen's case marked the end of Man with the Weird Name's career in criminal law. When you're doing that kind of work, you're seeing a portion of the world that's pretty dark. You're just so involved with all of these horrible life situations, and it wears on you. And the ultimate was the Hansen case. It doesn't get any darker with that.
Let's say it for the people in the back. Sex workers are people too.
Yeah.
Transgender people are people too. Gay people, straight people. Just because somebody has a different way of living their life or a different view or a different whatever, they are still human beings.
Yeah.
Just because they're a sex worker doesn't mean
Just
they
because
asked
you
for
think
it.
low of them
Yeah. Doesn't mean
give
they
you the right to kill them.
exactly, or say, "Oh, well they were asking for it. They deserved it." Like, I hate that so much. It pisses me off.
Unless they are verbally saying, I want you to rape and kill me,
Yeah.
they're not asking for
Yeah,
it.
no. What the fuck?
The underwear, their socks, their pants, their shirt, their bra, their tongue piercing, none of it says,
Rape
please
me.
rape me.
Yeah. God dang. That's a bad one, Whit.
Girl, I'll always be finding them.
Way to end the pod on a happy note.
Well.
My nose is itchy. Let me see his picture. Always. You would never think it, though. Looking at that. That concludes our episode this week. We hope that everybody has a wonderful, lovely week and treat everybody with kindness and happiness. And we're going to manifest that this week is going to be good for everybody. We are not going to have a shitty week this week.
This drops midweek.
Yeah. That's still part of the week.
Yeah, but what if they have a shitty Monday and Tuesday?
Well, then Wednesday will be better. Anyway, send us in your crazy stories, or if you feel like venting to get stuff off your chest, and join us next week on Call It Like It Is.